Isolation day 117, Monday the 13th of July. I hope you're all well and you're looking after yourselves. What I would like to do today is give you the week 9 overview of fat, carbs consumed, basal to insulin ratio. I would like to go through all of those figures today, so bear with me at the start. I will get to the summary and hopefully all will become sort of clear. There has been some moves, so yeah, please bear with me and I'll show you the overview of week 9 of being on the transition from keto to low-fat plant-based whole food. For those of you that have been watching to date, you've seen this spreadsheet before. What I like to do is I started off with my keto and all of these things I was looking at: number of blood glucose readings, calories, fat in grams. I've just started looking at fat as a percentage of calories, and the reason for that is that the Mastering Diabetes team have very clearly stated that you should be looking to be less than 15%, ideally around about the 10%. Carbs consumed, total insulin consumed, carb to total insulin ratio, basal insulin usage, and carb to bolus insulin. So I looked at keto, I looked at each individual week, and this, you can see it keeps on going on. This is week 9, from the 6th of July to the 12th of July. And there's a number of all of that information in there. I've highlighted this because, as you know, at the start of the week, I kind of threw my toys out of the pram and lost my rag a bit with everything that was going on. And I didn't eat a huge amount that day, so my calories were very low. So that is the individual day. I will put a link to this below in the notes. But here is the summary week on week of keto here and plant-based all the way across here. So if we look at week 9 and compare it to keto, fat in grams is 10 grams. So that's a 90% reduction from 102 grams of fat on average between those days. And the fat percentage in calories was 10 for the week as an average, which is pretty good. I haven't tracked that previous weeks. I can do, but I won't do it yet. Total insulin consumed on keto was 31.5 units. We were down at an average this week of 19.5 units, which is a 38% decrease. Basal insulin alone used to be 24.3. We're down at an average of 13.1, a 46% decrease. And carbs consumed, an average of 182, so that is 325% higher than what I was on at keto. So if we just revisit that quickly, total insulin was 32 units to consume 56 grams of carbs. I'm now consuming 19.5 units for 182 grams of carbs, and bear in mind that does include the basal insulin, of course. This is total carb to insulin ratio. So for every unit of insulin, I can consume 9.2 grams of carbs. That, as I said before, does include the basal insulin, which I don't think is ideal. What I like to do is look at this. So the bolus to carb insulin ratio has gone from 7.7 grams per unit of insulin to 28 grams per unit of insulin. So 370% increase. This is the Medtronic report for the week. And you can see here, average blood glucose is 5. Average sensor was 4.7. Average daily carbs 181, carb to bolus insulin 28.5 grams per unit, and average daily basal 13.1. So 67% and 33% is the split between basal and bolus. What I wanted to show you was this. As you know, the last time I counted the number of lows I had in the week, it was up at around about 30. Which is incredible, really. But this week has been slightly different. As you know, the first couple of days were problematic and caused me a few issues, in so much as my bloods were high here. I then had this period where I got a bit frustrated and overdid my insulin, but I also worked in the garden all weekend, and you can see the knock-on effect of that. So I'm hoping that this following week will change, and I'm hoping that will show a lot less lows. I can't guarantee it, but less lows and less highs as well. So that's the overview for you. Yes, it's not ideal. I seem to be hitting barriers left, right and centre at times, and it doesn't help when you have periods whereby you just don't understand what's going on. However, I do still feel that this is the right thing for me. On Sunday, I consumed over 300 grams of carbs, and even when I was eating a standard sort of Western diet, I would be fair pushed to be consuming 300 grams of carbs in a day. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that I can get this licked at some point. What I've also done, just for your reference, is, which I may not have spoken about before, but I was booked to go on the Mastering Diabetes retreat to Costa Rica this year in June. Unfortunately, due to COVID, that was cancelled. Well, they're doing an online course, so it is a virtual retreat. Yeah, nowhere near the same in so much as I don't get to go to Costa Rica, but I have asked if I could have a conversation with them to arrange to attend that course for numerous reasons. I think they can help me iron out some of these issues that I'm having at the moment, and also just for my own peace of mind, I think it would be really useful to experience the information that they were going to be providing in Costa Rica, even if it is sat here in my office. So I will give you an update on that. I'm due to speak to them hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours, and the course is maybe 10 days away. So that's pretty much it. Have a good night. I hope that was useful for you to view. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame I'm not further ahead, but look, you know what, ultimately I think this is the right path. So I will catch up with you tomorrow. Have a good evening.